Okay. So, good afternoon and good evening to all of you present there. I hope you had your nice tea and cokes and also coffees and snacks. Great. So, we'll be discussing about the future in the fintech and AI/ML, how it will be reshaped using artificial intelligence and machine learning. Okay. So, what exactly is fintech? So, basically, we can add two words. One's finance and the other one's technology. Okay, that how you can get the word fintech together. Now, if I ask you a question right now, that how many of you who are watching this live from your home or currently from the GeekyAnts office have a mobile phone with you, right? Probably everyone will have one, right? What was this ratio in 1990? Correct. Might be less than 1%. To be precise, it was 0.2%, right? So maybe few in thousands had a phone with them. And that also was not a smartphone, right? It was a bulky phone. They had to carry in briefcases and big coats to carry the phones. Now, if we talk about what changed in 3 decades and how this whole fintech has moved ahead, it's not a new concept actually. When we talk about fintech, you would be thinking in mind that it's more of blockchain, crypto, buy now, pay later, but that's not it, right? ATMs introduced in 1960 were also fintech. Debit cards and credit cards were also fintech, right? It all started from 1960, but what's the main thing and why it is getting so much hype right now is the simple reason of the investments that the fintech companies are getting, the seed fundings, the rounds, and lots of foreign investors taking interest. That is why it is taking up and building a lot of hype right now. So basically, it describes the business, that how the financial technology and the segment that improves the delivery of financial services, right, through mobile payment solutions, big data, and financial management applications to enhance the customer's experience is what we can tell fintech in short, right? A small glimpse onto the right side of the screen, you can see the world map, where in 2021, you can see that there were a total of 10,000, 6,000, and 9,000 plus fintech startups in the United States, APAC, Europe, and the Middle Eastern regions, respectively, right? That's a lot of number in a year, correct? And just imagine the amount of investments they would have got to get their ball rollings, right? And the global fintech revenue is estimated to reach 188 billion euros by 2024. Okay, the major factors on which the fintech adaptation depends is the internet, penetration rate, the financial services, and the people who trust them when they are using it, and the access to the financial services via mobile phones, net banking, and all that. Now, what exactly is artificial intelligence, right? We all would have seen this scary kind of thing on the left side, right? In some sci-fi movies and all that. But when we talk about AI, it's one of the biggest, tech trends right now that is enabling the digital transformation. Basically, it is computer science that helps humans in understand the patterns, building deep root algorithms, and help machine act more like humans. Recently, if you would have read the news, right, in Russia a few days back, AI robot was playing chess with four children, and accidentally one of the children got hurt because the AI hand stabbed the hand of the child with the king's pawn, correct? Something like that. So it learns about your working while you're going through it. Okay, via deep learning and machine learnings are the two subsets of AI that includes the predictive analytics, training sets, and the patterns learning to make to learn to make machines act more like humans. Now, the fintech is being heavily impacted by the artificial intelligence. The reason is it is automating the routine task that leads to the productivity increasement and the enhanced outcomes of the ways of how the routine tasks are done. The overload of data can be overwhelmed. Decision making can be made easy by the use of artificial intelligence, by data mining and building insights, and to offer recommendations that helps with making decisions. Now, better security that helps build trust in the financial services is taken back care by the cloud-based security services, and the predictive analytics that's helping the optimization of everything from the pricing to the interest rate that helps boost the business and increase customers, right? If you have a bad sibyl, the AI will calculate it accordingly and give you a higher rate of interest on your PL or your car loan or your housing loan. And on the other side, if you have a good sibyl about above 780, 790, 800, that will give you, respectively lower rates of interest rate and a good, less investment down payment and more loan amount. So here are some of the real world applications that AI and ML in the fintech industry uses, which are chatbots that we have all used somehow while, purchasing something from Amazon, Myntra, or using applications, mobile applications of SBI or Axis Bank, right? Credit risk assessment that could be linked to CIBIL, churn predictions used for sales techniques, forecasting and market predictions, and also fraud detection in the fintech world. We'll read about this in the further slides. Okay. So exactly, the chatbot uses neural language processing to mimic the humans, to mimic the chatbot more like a human. This bots sound like actual human resources that are available 24/7, right? Even if you go at 2 a.m. in the morning and you chat on some chatbot, that try to give you responses just like a human, and at the end of the chat, it might ask you to drop an email if it's not help you further, right? But that's the end solution. Otherwise, it will keep you running on and running on via the same, choose from the below fields and all that. So it helps you to answer your queries via how, customer have a queries about a product, support whenever there is a query regarding a product, right? Like Ashwin was talking about insurance, right? So chatbots are used on insurance sites as well, where they ask you to fill your details and then they give you some links to how, from where you can, automatically buy the insurance. Also, there are customers interactions when actual resources are unavailable at night generally. Okay, helps convert potential leads into customers by taking them through product overview and demo pages. Lots of service companies are using this because they are not available around the clock 24/7, so they use chatbots to make sure that their clients are leaving at least some sort of a contact form for them. So this is how chatbots are used in multiple ways in the fintech industry. If we talk about the credit risk assessment, it's also a very nerve-wracking area of financial services, because a simple human error can be a tedious process to, again do the whole paperwork and everything. So a person with a bad credit getting loan is part of human error, right? It cannot happen with AI. So this is eventually led to a lot of losses in the financial segments. So, how exactly artificial intelligence can help here in credit risk assessment? So, you can train the machine, insert some logics to assess the documents and evaluations for good credits, right? As I said before as well, if you have a lower credit CIBIL report, it will give you, little loan amount and high rates of interest. Also, it ensures people don't commit fraud when editing the documents, right? Because it directly, you have to give access to your KYC as well. Then only it's going to give you some output when you're filling it via AI. So it's not possible that they can commit a fraud there. Also, it helps you in streamlining and automating the whole process for increased productivity on the definitely on the product or the service end, right? When you know a person is likely to cancel the financial investment, we are talking about here about the churn prediction, right? So AI helps you find and helps understand. This is more useful for a product company, right? That at risk customers for your financial services after a year, which customers are not going to again resubscribe to your product or again not going to purchase your product. So in this way, the pain points of your existing customers are being taken care of. Ways to improve your customer retention can also be taken care via use of AI in churn prediction, right? So financial services can be unstable. However, there are always, there are chances and risk analysis to ensure that you invest in the right financial product. You can use AI, right? It helps you to identify potential gainers in the stock market. A good application, right? Coin is there. Then we are using money control. All these applications use AI a lot to make sure that we are getting good access to the scenarios of how exactly the market is revolving. It gives you a morning updates of how the Singapore index is taking care of, and how the impacts on the Indian markets will be after 9:15 a.m. in the morning, right? It helps you in improving your predictive analytics with respect to the financial market, thus ensuring in good profits. It's not always that you will get a profit, right? At the end, market is always undependable. It's You cannot be 100% sure that today you're going to earn good amount of profits. Always invest when you have done your good research, and you have given a good amount of time, right? So, an example of the credit card market where frauds occur the most, the machine will understand the difference between anomaly and regular transactions, right? So, it will help you to ensure that no credit card for fraud occurs, right? If we talk about the U.S. markets, there are lots of frauds going on, right? People use prepaid cards, and there are also things that you have read about, fake checks being done, and people upload that checks to their mobile application they get paid for, and this kind of things happen, right? So this is all for the fraud market, that is frauds that are occurring, and this is how AI can help you, right? It will help you that no credit card frauds occur, right? This can also be extended to claims management, where people falsify apply for insurance claim, right? Now, when we talk about the vulnerabilities, right? So cyber attacks can cause a major upheaval in the banking industry. Data security is one of the highest prominence here, right? A few months back, we heard about Paytm's data leak, right? 3.5 lakh crore customers' data was leaked. So things might have happen. We are not sure how exactly that happened, right? But managing the data securely can be a challenging task in this case. However, the artificial intelligence can help you improve your bank's data security, right? Most data breaches occur due to human error, which is also removed by AI, because no human intervention is allowed over there, right? All happens over cloud. So no one has access to that. Basically, it's a third party thing which gets taken care by someone else, right? There will also be regularly analyzing of patterns where some abnormal anomalies are happening, and which can help you in data transfer, that where exactly the data fraud can occur. So, some of the top examples of the artificial intelligence in the fintech industry for chatbots can be the Bank of America, right? They implemented a chatbot named Erica, which has served more than 10 million customers till date. The bot was introduced in 2017, and was able to help in 1 lakh variations in questions by 2019. So more than 1 lakh variations of questions can be answered by that bot only. So I guess 1 lakh questions are enough, right, for any banking person who's coming with a query onto your application. Then we also talk about JP Morgan and Chase, also one of the well-known banks in the United States. So the company implemented artificial intelligence to detect fraud. Right? They basically use to find issues with credit card transactions. The data is sent to data centers through which the application will know is the transactions are perfect or fraudulent, and that is how they would be able to process the claims. Right? Because in the United States, if there is a credit card fraud, the person who is the credit, just for example, if that credit card is mine and I'm in the United States, and I'm going and filing a claims report of just say $10,000 my credit card was charged for, I don't need to pay that, right? Because credit cards are made in such a way in the United States that you don't need to pay for any frauds that are occurred onto your card. We don't know if those frauds were committed by the same person or someone else did it, but that is how JP Morgan was able to eliminate the not completely eliminate, but detect the frauds, and then make their due diligence and get the things done. Also, the Capital One Bank that developed an SMS based assistant for the bank's name Eno, right? So this could be some of the top examples. Now, what can be the pros and cons of artificial intelligence in fintech? If we talk about the pros, right, increased efficiency in budgeting and forecasting. We can help. We can use dashboards for that, right? The data can help create better insights that will help in decision making, credit risks, etc. So make sure that the data is accurate. Data is not being tampered by any human interference, or not some sort of mischief has been done with that data set to make it more look positive or negative. Assessing the risk and mitigating frauds will be easier, right? As we looked into the previous slide, how JP Morgan did that. We can also understand the market better with the data, thus producing products in syncs with the need, right? If you go for seed funding, you need to show them some good data, right? That how your product has been successful in the market. So it's not like you just do something with your, you give a handwritten note that, yeah, look, my product is working excellently well. You need some computer generated data sets which would be good enough to show. Correct. There are also, it's not only that there are pros, there are also cons. So artificial intelligence cannot be the human, right? And they cannot understand the intuitions that through which a human can look at a certain way, and certain decisions may require the human intervention. Okay. So if we talk about the security procedures and protocols which are not completely established by artificial intelligence, because human intervention is needed there as well. So implementation of artificial intelligence needs to be defined and planned, else it could rather more doing the good, it will increase the risk on the fintech side. So it's better to do the due diligence and then only use any of the artificial intelligence in the fintech. Definitely, if it's a startup, right? So concerns are also there with implementation of fintech, of coming to implementation of artificial intelligence in fintech. So it could be bias, right? As we say, right, that people with good civil scores will get good rates, and also that is what exactly it is, that the algorithms would be biased towards a certain segment from the starts. For instance, if a bank offers loans to credit card, a certain credit score, the algorithm will directly favor them. So the low income people would be not that much helped by that artificial intelligence. Also talking about the accountability, incorrect decisions made by the AI systems. So there's no accountability, right? Because there's no human to be blamed, right? So a human intervention is essential somewhere, and the for the AI to complete their algorithm and finish the work. Also talking about the transparency, you may not be able to identify what made the algorithm make the decision, right? And how exactly the algorithm is making the decision. Correct. If we talk about in this way, then there are, if we talk about the search engine optimization, there are more than 200 plus factors due to which a search or a website has been ranked on Google, right? But no one in the world knows that, right? That which are those 200 factors. So that is how transparency can also be a part of that. Now, how expert app devs can help you with artificial intelligence in fintech? So, we have strategic solutions that can improve the customer experiences. Also, we have perfectly tuned teams with right amount of experience and expertise. We have a team of business analysts who can help you with that. Apart from that, dedicated developers to turn your logic into well-coded solutions. You get designers that make artificial intelligence applications visually appealing, right? Smooth backend experiences, and also we help you with perfect choice of the technology stack. So in this way, we can help you out with that's expert devs, all right? And we are coming to the end, so that is how it is presented, all right? So if you have any questions, you can definitely let me know. Also, we look forward to the panel discussion after this. And over to you, Digvijay.